Hello and welcome to this week's pick a card reading. I have 3 piles that you can choose from. First, I'll show you the piles. Pile number 1 is going to be the clear quartz crystal. Pile number 2 is going to be the pyrite crystal. And pile number 3 is going to be the green onyx crystal. So if you need some time, go ahead and pause the video, take a deep breath, and see which pile you are drawn to. And I'm going to go ahead and start with pile number 1, and the timestamps will be listed down below. Alright, so pile number 1, for those of you who chose the clear quartz crystal, we're going to go ahead and get started with your reading. And I do see 2 scenarios here, so I'll explain both of them and lean towards whichever one resonates with your current situation. The first situation that I see here is a group of you who are coming out of some sort of conflict, but in regards to karmic relationships. So this could be with family members, friends, or a relationship. This could even be like at work, but this is essentially the first group of you guys finally coming to this like awakening and putting your foot down and like moving forward with a decision to cut ties with a person, a place, a job. It's like there's something that has been, you've been aware of this, that this person, place, or job, it no longer, I'm gonna refer to it as a person, but you know, take it how it resonates. It's like you and this person no longer align with each other. There's too much friction. I feel like you guys may have grown in separate directions, and your thoughts, beliefs, your morals, they just clash. And so it's been prolonged because you guys still being together, or again, like you guys still being at a job, or still staying at a certain like living situation, it's been prolonged, even though you know like this is not where I want to be. I'm feeling, you know, drained and miserable in this space. It's come with a lot of hesitancy, but or even resistance, but it's hit this point where you finally decided, well, first you have finally made a decision, a very clear cut and dry decision in your head of, I can't do this anymore. And now standing up and finally taking action in order to change the situation so that you no longer have to be stuck where you're feeling confined and almost like restrained, it feels like, because I feel like you guys have a vision or have like a passion or an idea of where you want to be, what makes you happy, the life that you want to chase. Essentially, it would be like having a dream, but it's very clear in your mind, and it has been with you for years and years. And I feel like the longer that you've been with this person, or in this living situation, in this job, it's like it feels like the vision kind of floats further and further, and there's this question of like, is it still even attainable to me? And the answer is yes, and there's a reason why it has stuck in your mind, in your body, in your soul for so long, because it's meant for you. But in order to get there, you're gonna have to move forward with cutting ties with whatever it is that is holding you back. And for others, this is, you may be in this stagnancy, in this stagnant energy. Maybe you haven't reached this point where you have finally like made the decision and said, I'm leaving, like I'm breaking up with you, or I quit, I don't want to work here anymore, or you know, I'd like to move out, this type of scenario. But it does go hand in hand with each other, because if you are in this sense of stagnancy, this is where you're looking towards, um, or where you're going towards, because I feel like this is something that you can try to deny or try to resist and try to make yourself comfortable in a place where you don't belong, but you're still going to feel that sense of like, I'm not, this is not it for me. You know what I mean? And it's, I feel like even some of you may have tried to lower your expectations for yourself and kind of accept your situation to try to be humble, if that makes sense. Like, I'm grateful for what I have, and there's still this lingering feeling in the back of your head of like, yeah, like, yes, I want to be grateful for what I have, but I just feel like I'm meant for more, and that's not coming from an ignorant or selfish place. This is coming from a place of knowing. Um, but moving forward, I do see like these cards here. I can read them off here. We have, you know, the messenger, which is talking about bringing the harmony and balance, and then the karmic relationships, soul growth, conflict, polarity. It's being in an environment where there's so much opposition, because it's like, you know, you may not be wrong and this other person may not be wrong, but your guys' destinies are completely different. And so in order to get there, you guys do have to separate from whatever it is that you're attached to. Next, we have the empathic starseed, absorbing what's not yours. And this contributes to trying to settle or make yourself comfortable in a place where you don't belong, because there is, like I said, a lot of opposition, a lot of negativity, and this is, whether you know it or not, this is being absorbed by you, and you may even try to do things to counter it, like meditation, affirmations, trying to rewire trying to rewire your brain. But because you're in this, you're still in the same environment, around the same people, it's like every time you're done with the affirmations or the meditations or however it is that you try to kind of cleanse yourself of this negativity, it just comes right back, and it's more exhausting to do that work inside this environment. But if you do separate, it's going to be a lot easier, because it will be easier for you to get in that flow state and remain in it, because it's in an environment that you have created that aligns with you, your thoughts, your beliefs, your morals, and things like that. Next, we have the star bathing, transmission, crystal grid activation, which is why I'm saying I do believe that a lot of you guys have already come into this energy, and if you haven't, you will soon, of having that like aha moment. Like, it's almost like just hitting that end of the rope, like, I can't do this anymore, and making that decision and then taking action accordingly. Next, we have I Remember, Soul Plan, the fated life versus the destiny life. And maybe some of you guys feel like you have lost your spark or lost that vision that you once had, but you'll see, once you separate yourself, this that spark and that vision will come back to you very quickly. Like, almost give yourself a week and it will come back within that time, because it is a part of you, but it does get kind of blurry as it's being shut off by the energy around you and the energy that you are unknowingly absorbing around you. Next, we have surrender to the divine, which is kind of that encouragement from spirit of like encouraging you to accept this new life transformation. And I feel like a lot of you guys are just ready, because you don't want to feel like this anymore. You don't want to live like this anymore. And so it is that confirmation from spirit, but it's also kind of, it feels more of like a congratulations. And then we have prosperity lies ahead, and then the end of a tough cycle approaches, which again is a confirmation that this is the right direction for you guys to be moving in order for you to realign with yourself and your purpose, and um, to be able to step in to this new version of yourself that doesn't feel so fatigued and heavy and drained, and just kind of feeling like you're staring at the clock and you're waiting for something, but like nothing happens, you know. um, this 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 period of stagnancy and not like, and putting in a lot of hard work and not getting the results, like this is coming to an end, and this is not something that you will have to wait for. As soon as you make this step, you will see right away that you will get rewarded, and you will get confirmations, and you will get signs from spirit, that continues to kind of motivate you and push you forward confidently through that decision. And that's all that I have for you. Number one, I hope that it resonated. If it did, leave a comment down below. Let me know how it resonated. And I hope to see you guys in my next video. Alright, so those of you who chose pile number 2, the pyrite crystal, we're going to go ahead and get started with your reading. I did want to say the first message coming up here is, well, I have two. The first one is that yes, you guys are special. There's something inside of you that's different from the rest, and that needs to be very clearly recognized, and I can't think of the right word, like spoken on. And the second thing that Spirit is saying is for you guys to slow down. Here's the thing, okay? So the first card that we have out here is the Golden Children, inner child tenderness, innocence, and rare gifts. And you guys may be somebody who is very childlike, almost a little naive, but not dumb. But there's something very special about your inner child, and there's something very special about your soul and your gifts. So this is important for you guys to hear confirmed or said out loud. Yes, you do have something very special about you, and this very well could align with some type of spiritual gift, like tarot reading or whatever, however that resonates with you, right? But there's a need for you guys to slow down, because I feel a lot of chaos going around in your energy, and this could be the conflict outside of you or that's connected to you. This could also be like your thoughts and your feelings. It's like a lot is up in the air, or you guys are trying to juggle a lot of things at once, or it's just a lot of movement, but it's not very much in sync. And I feel like you guys you're trying, like you keep trying to start with something. And I'm going to use an example. It's like you guys trying to do something like this, like the tarot cards, post them on YouTube, but it's like they're not getting the views, and they're not getting the attention that it deserves, because you're good at what you do and you're very talented. But it says right next to this one, wait, it's not time yet, things are being woven. And I do think that it's a need for you to pause. And the reason why is because of all of this chaotic energy. I feel like there's a little bit of work that needs to be done first, to kind of discipline your mind or your emotional state. And an example of this would be like listening to like a video on YouTube of how to think more clearly, or how to speak confidently, things like this, that kind of help simplify everything that's going on in your mind, and kind of draw it down to one thing, and then become consistent and become disciplined in that area. And you guys may be trying to do too many things at once, in the sense of going in too many directions. Like, I've tried this, I've tried this, I've tried this, and it's like none of it's working. And again, Spirit is like, okay, slow down. Like, you pick one thing, you stick with it, and you focus on that. The next card we have is You're Not Alone, physical connection, isolation, community. And I do feel like your community is being built for you, or they're coming into the energy where they would be able to benefit from what it is that you have to offer. But in order for them to benefit, you have to have your mind right, or you have to have your emotions right, or your consistency, your discipline, like I said, you know. there's just one little tweak that you have to make, and then again, picking one thing and sticking with it. We do have double mission, light worker, starseed, serve the world by being you. And again, I really do feel like you guys are trying to pursue something when it comes to your abilities, and that is the right direction and the right path for you to go in. But following that, we have the great severing, Mars energy, anger, conflict, softening to love. And if you guys feel like you are being overpowered by anger or frustration or any of those like heavy um, feelings, again, it's a reminder to slow down and take note of where you feel, in what area of your life you feel frustrated with yourself, and trying to better that. Because the more that you better yourself, the more that you can benefit other people, and people will hear you a lot clearer, rather than tuning you out, if that makes sense. Next, we have nothing will come of this situation. You are good enough. A time to give rather than to take, and you and your loved ones are safe. And when it says, you know, nothing will come of this situation, I do feel like nothing will come of because again, I do feel like you guys are wearing yourselves down because you're putting too much on your plate, trying to get everything done at once, or trying to tackle this passion in every area that you can approach it at. But that is not going to work for you guys, especially in the long run, because it's impossible for anybody to tackle it and be consistent in the way that you guys are doing it. Again, you guys have a talent and you are very good at what you do, but there's a strong need for you guys to master that, and I'm really hearing discipline here. I just feel like there is a little piece of advice that somebody can say that will give you that aha moment. This is what I need to focus on internally, so that when I do my craft, this will come out a lot better. And this is something that like for example, if you have like the goal of like, okay, I'm gonna put out like 5 videos a day, and then I'm gonna list all of these things for sale, and then I'm gonna do this, and then I'm gonna do that. And it's like, if we look at that plan and then we look, you know, down the road, like 3 months from now, once you start getting all that traction, is this something that you can consistently keep up with? Or, sorry if that is too loud outside, or is this something that is going to set you up for failure? Simplify your routine, simplify your plan, and it will be a lot easier for you guys to execute. And if you guys are running into dead ends, there's a heavy emphasis on it's not you, it's not that you're not good at what you do, okay? And the craft that you're creating is something that will be very lucrative, and I feel like this will be something that will be able to bring in a sense of security for you, and if you have kids, like for you and your family, or for you and your living situation, whatever that is, this definitely is the answer. But you guys are just being called to look at the areas, first of all, look at the areas where you feel a little weak, and just look a little deeper into that. And then also to simplify your plan so that it is not so consuming, and it's easy for you to do if you do it every day, like a video, you know, a 5-minute video every day. We can do that, you know. But if you're gonna do a 20-minute here and a 30-minute here, and it's all kind of scattered, it's going to again set you up for failure. And if your plan is a little scattered, it's just because your mind is a little scattered, and it won't be very difficult for you guys to figure out how to organize that, because you guys are so tapped in and intuitive and very connected to the divine. So you will figure out the answers very quickly. And that's all that I have for you guys. Pile number 2, I hope it resonated. If it did, leave a comment down below. Let me know how it did resonate. And I'm going to go ahead and start with pile number 3. Alright, so those of you who chose pile number 3, the green onyx crystal, we're going to go ahead and get started with your reading. And the first thing that I want to say about those who chose this pile is that Spirit really wants to tell you guys that they are so proud of you. Especially your ancestors. They are cheering you on heavily during this time. I feel like you guys are very tuned in, very much in like a flow state, very aligned. Starting up here, the first card that we have is Earth School, Life Lessons, Soul Growth, Study, Higher Learning. And I feel like finally you guys have reached a point where you have learned whatever lesson you are being taught right now in this journey. Like, you've overcome something and you are in this new stage of life, kind of like rediscovering yourself. This feels like a very deep, connected spiritual transformation. And you're continuing to learn. And I feel like there's a need for you guys to kind of just appreciate this moment of where you're at. Pat yourself on the back, but more importantly, to enjoy it. The next card we have is All Paths Lead Home, Inner Authority, Intuition, Turn Your Gaze Within. And this is something that you guys have mastered and are executing daily. And this has transformed your life completely. And I feel like for a group of you guys, this actually has been a success in breaking generational cycles of I guess patterns that you may notice within your family. That's something that you don't want to repeat. And if you don't, see this within like your mom or your dad, this could be longer down the line, but this is definitely something that you're aware of. Maybe for some of you, you may not be aware that this, okay, I'll say for all of you, I know that you guys know that you've done something huge here, but I don't think you guys really understand the gravity and the depth of how important this is and how huge this transformation is has been for you, but more importantly for generations to come. This is very, very deep healing, and activating something that has been deactivated for generations, or that has been within your family within generations but has not been recognized or acknowledged or acted upon. The next card we have is Wait. It's not time yet. Things are being woven. And I feel like you guys know, right now is a time to enjoy the experience. Right now is not time to, though you guys can be working towards something, putting in work towards something, and, reaping the rewards of that, right now is really a time to embrace this achievement, because it's putting you onto a new life path. It's pushing you towards a different direction. And again, the door to this life path has been closed for generations, and you have finally opened it. And again, I can't emphasize enough how huge of an accomplishment this is. And I think you guys are amazing for, I would say, what you've been through, but for being yourself and being able to tap into this side of you, because this is who you are, and it's really shining. It's very radiant right now, and it's very magnetic. The next card we have is Star Bathing, Light Body, Crystal Grid, Transmission, and Activation. Again, I feel like you guys have activated something that has been closed off for a very long time, but ever since you were a kid, I feel like you've had this connection to it's a connection to a curiosity of well, what does this mean? Or why do I feel like this? And it's because of that curiosity, you were able to get to this point in your life where you feel like in a flow state, just very much in tune, just like life has such a deeper meaning than a lot of people realize. The next card we have is Forge, Don't Follow, Pave a New Path, Be the Leader You Wish You Had. And again, I feel like this is something you guys are actively doing. Um, and this is going to be very beneficial for you guys if you ever have kids in the future, or if you ever are able to step into some type of position that would allow you to be a leader. Um, I guess in any sense, at work, if you are like an entrepreneur, like whatever that means, you are somebody that you're in a position where you belong. Like this is a position that you're meant to be in, and it's very beneficial for you, but it's also very beneficial for the people around you or who come in contact with you, because you have a lot of wisdom to share, and the way that you teach it without even trying it's very special. It's very spiritual, and it's very connected. So next we have take time to breathe out, have faith in your dreams, and then a new romantic cycle begins. And this could be talking about, romance in the sense of, you and somebody else, but I do feel like this more leans towards a new romantic cycle within yourself, and I feel like a lot of self-love healing has happened within you, and this is very contagious. So to be around you really is a blessing. And I feel like when you interact with people in the outside world, like whether you're, at work or you're going to go buy a coffee, it's just the people that you interact with, you leave these little drops of light wherever you go, and it lightens up the room, it lightens up the mood, it helps heal other people. So you being in alignment with who you are and your purpose is healing the rest of the world as you maneuver through it. And with having faith in your dreams, I feel like this is going to, again, like lead you to where it is that you want to be. There's a vision here, and I feel like you're going to get there effortlessly and with grace. And take time to breathe out is just kind of another confirmation of really enjoy this experience and enjoy where it is that you have ended up at this point, because you have done a lot of work to get here through consistency and through facing your shadows. And right now you're just meant to enjoy. I feel like the universe has a lot of gifts for you, and you will see them. I'm sure that you already have seen them now and in the past, and moving forward, you're going to keep seeing these gifts being brought to you, and you're going to feel so blessed. And the reason why you're being gifted is because you are doing what you're supposed to be doing. You're living your purpose. So I'm proud of you, pound number 3, and I hope that this resonated. If it did, leave a comment down below. Let me know how it did resonate, and I hope to see you guys in my next video.